Proverbs 24 verse 3 says this: a house is built by wisdom and becomes strong through good sense. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with all sorts of precious riches and valuables. I want to talk about encountering Jesus, personal revival that disturbs the mundane Christian life. I believe that we are in a, if we could turn the whatever the music is in the background, we can turn that off. I believe that we're in a time right now where God is searching hearts. He's searching hearts. And I believe that all over the Northwest right now, that the Spirit of God is arising. But I believe first and foremost that we need to understand that the culture that we live in is not necessarily the kingdom culture. The culture that we live in right here, in Vancouver and in Portland, and Camas, much of the culture is full of the occult. Much of the culture that we live in is full of the occult. And when God begins to move across the land, He always first and foremost deals with leaders. God begins to deal with leaders. And I want to talk to you tonight about how I believe that God is dealing with leaders here in the Northwest. Some of you may have heard of an individual named Eli. Eli was the high priest, and Eli had a responsibility, and Eli had two sons, and he did not confront his sons. His two sons were committing terrible acts of sin. But Eli did not allow the fear of God to be produced inside of him to confront what needed to be confronted. His two sons were taking what belonged to the Lord in sacrifice and serving themselves. They also were having sexual immorality with women who served the entrance of the tabernacle in 1 Samuel 2:22. Eli had an issue. He had a failure of discipline. There was a failure of discipline. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this is I believe that across the Northwest, we are going to see pastors and leaders begin to crack, shepherd, mold congregations and call witchcraft for what it really is.